Good morning. It's a gorgeous morning and I'm out for another walk today, but there's an issue, and that is everywhere is underwater. We had so much rain in Dorset, well everywhere I guess, over the last few weeks that everything is underwater. The water meadows are completely swamped, the rivers have broken their banks, there's mud everywhere. So problem is, where do you go walking when it's those sort of conditions, when there are so many paths that are impassable, or well, passable with difficulty I guess. So where's the best place to go? Well, you head for the beach, because the good thing about the beach is it doesn't get muddy, and there's no water. Well, there's lots of water, but there's no water on the actual beach. So this is where I'm walking today. So this morning I'm at Sandbanks, an area of beautiful beach and expensive houses with 360-degree spin. Bournemouth is in the distance over there, but Sandbanks is one of the most expensive places to live in England, and it's got such a nice beach. So I'm going to head down this beach to reach the Sandbanks Ferry. Sandbanks Ferry goes across the entrance to Poole Harbour, and my intention is I'll go across there to South Haven Point, and I'll follow the beach across the other side. And it's such a lovely day, gorgeous sunshine, clear blue sky. It's amazing, and it's so good to be down here and just listen to the waves and the surf. Just awesome. So anyway, that's where I'm heading. I don't know how far I'm going to get, depends on the ankle and how it holds up, so I'm just going to walk and see how I get on. In the distance over there, if it comes out on the video, is the Isle of Wight. Sweeping round a little bit, you can see Hengistbury Head as well in the distance, although I can't tell whether it's going to come out on the video or not. So Sandbanks is one of my old stamping grounds. I used to come here when I was a kid, play in the sand dunes or the pavilion, which is here. So this is Sandbanks Pavilion. Changed quite a lot since my day. When we used to come here, it had a flat roof, and we used to go up on top of the roof and play and run around, and a whole crowd of us used to come down here, and in fact going even back further than that when I was a baby. The whole family used to come down to Sandbanks, and aunties and uncles and everything else in between. And yeah, we used to walk, or if we were lucky we could catch the bus. Most of the time we walked down here. So it's got a lot of memories for me, this place. So obviously underneath is beach huts which are let out. As I say, it's been re-roofed now, so whereas before we used to be able to get up onto the roof and run around, can't do it now because they put a sloping roof on it. So over there at South Haven Point is the Sandbanks Ferry. So it's not actually here yet, but it'll be back. Runs every 20 minutes, so it's not a long wait. To get to the landing stage, I have to climb up the ladder. Harbour is one of the largest natural harbours in the world, with nearly 15 square miles of water and 100 miles of coastline. The harbour entrance is just 300 metres wide, but to get from one side to the other would normally involve a 25-mile round trip by road. The original ferry crossing was by rowing boat. This must have been some task, considering the racing tide that goes through the harbour entrance. This was replaced by a motorboat, but it was in 1926 that the first ferry, a steam-driven craft able to carry 15 cars, was installed. The current ferry, the Bramblebush Bay, came into service in 1994 and can carry up to 48 cars. Despite its size, it's 244 feet long, it has a draft of less than 4 feet.
The ferry operates on 2 hardened steel chains, each over 1,200 feet long. With the fierce tide flowing through the harbour entrance, wear and tear causes these trains to stretch, and links have to be regularly removed in order to maintain the optimum length. They're replaced every 15 to 18 months, with the old ones being sold often for lobster pot weights, etc.
So I'm off the ferry now. I've arrived at South Haven Point, and this is Shell Bay, which is where I'm going to be walking, and it's another one of my old stamping grounds. As a kid, again, the whole family used to come here. It was quite an empty place in those days. Now it is extremely popular. Even this time of the year you can see it's busy, but in fact if you come in the summer there's a lot of people around. I tend to stay away during the school holidays because it's just so busy, but it's a beautiful beach, and we've got a few miles of beach to come still. And of course it is the starting point of the Southwest Coast Path. I tend to not follow the beach initially from South Haven Point because there's a couple of these outlets which at the moment are running really high, and so if you walk along the beach, which is the other side of that digger over there, then you get wet feet basically. So it's easier to walk through the dunes because there are bridges. It saves me getting wet feet, and it's a nice walk through the dunes anyway, very pleasant. The whole area, as you can see, is absolutely beautiful. So in the distance from here you can see well, Ballard Down, and the point to the left is Old Harry Rocks. So normally when I do this circuit I would normally walk all of that you can see. So from where I started, which was a shore road part of Sandbanks, round Old Harry Rocks and in a circuit and back again, would normally be about 17 miles. So that's what I would normally do when I do this route, but at the moment I'm kind of preserving my ankle a little bit, so I'm not going to do all of that today. It'll be out and back.
One of the things that Studland Beach is known for is its use as a naturist beach. In fact, it's probably the best known official naturist beach in Britain. The section that is used for naturism is just under half a mile in length, and although it was only officially marked in 1984, its use dates back to the 1920s.
Probably not at this time of the year, hopefully. Hi, can I have a cappuccino, please?
Yeah, bring it large.
Large, I think.
Is that time with us or takeaway?
Well, I'm going to drink it outside, but
Do you want a mug or a takeaway?
oh, I'm not bothered. Takeaway is fine.
Anything else?
No, that's it. Thanks.
380, please.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's all gone through. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So I'm on the way back now. I walked as far as the Knowle Beach National Trust Cafe on Studland Beach and had myself a nice cappuccino, which I think I've earned. That was just over 4.5 miles from the starting point. Now I've got another 4.5 miles obviously to walk back, so that'll be a 9-mile walk, which is really good. I'm really pleased with that. It's the longest walk I've done for a long time, and it's been totally awesome. Fortunately, obviously the beaches are nice and flat, there's no hills and no rough ground, so it's been quite easy on the ankles, so it's been really great. So I'm heading back towards the ferry now. In fact, in the distance you can see the ferry, and you can probably even hear it.
The bulk of the South Haven Peninsula comprises open heathland, making this a much wilder area than the North Haven Peninsula, which is mainly expensive housing. It is made up of Studland and Godlingston Heaths National Nature Reserve, covering an area of some 630 hectares. This is designated a Spotlight Reserve by Natural England and is a site of special scientific interest. It is mainly lowland heath, but has a range of habitats including sand dunes, peat bog, carr, which is a type of waterlogged wooded terrain, freshwater lagoons such as Little Sea, and of course 3 miles of sandy beach. All 6 species of native British reptiles are found on this heathland, including the rare and endangered sand lizard and smooth stake. It's also a stronghold of the Dartford warbler, which was wiped out elsewhere in southern England by the harsh winters of 1962 and 1963.
So the sun has now set, it's dusk, and I'm near the end of my walk now, 9-mile mark. So at this stage of recovery I am so pleased. I have so enjoyed today. It's been absolutely awesome, and I hope you've enjoyed it too. So thanks for joining with me, and this is the Dorset Rambler saying until next time.